A family home does not generate income.
A family home does not generate income.
Because you want to please people from Kampala, at burial fractions.
Yes.
They normally will pass an announcement. Please hurry up the program. The people from Kampala would like to go back.
Yes.
As if they have added value, they are coming to.
I'm joined with Honorable Tumwesigye Josephat of Bugangisi South. Honorable, there's something I was sharing online, and many people attacked me with mixed reactions. Someone goes to jail, for example, all he hustles and gets some money, maybe 10-20 million, and after gathering this money, the first thing they do is to lift the money to go and build home, building for the parents. I want you to advise me and advise our viewers. Is that right to put pressure on yourself to build for your parents before you are somehow stable financially?
Well, it depends. You see, everything is relative in life. It depends on how you perceive any situation that comes before you.
Yes.
But before we go into that, before we delve into that,
yes,
I'll give you a scenario that is manifesting in our neighboring brother country, Kenya.
Yes.
Which is not here.
Yeah.
That when somebody dies, they don't bury there and then like we do it in Uganda here.
Yes.
Like somebody has died today, tomorrow it's burial. No. They don't do it that way. When somebody dies in Kenya, it is upon the government to treat the dead body in a mortuary. It may take about 1, 2, or even 3 weeks before the burial ceremony at their central home. Why do they do that? Twofold. One, to allow the family to heal through the process of even forgetting that they have got a dead body around themselves. Because the dead body, once somebody, either at hospital or even at home, if somebody dies at home, you make a report, they come and pick the dead body, take it to the mortuary for treatment. So you stay without a dead body at home. Over time, you even forget about it.
Yes, yes.
You go about doing your personal businesses until the burial date, which might be at least 1 week, but at most 2 weeks and 3 weeks. I said it is twofold. On the other hand, it gives the family to prepare. If somebody like somebody is senior, about 80 years, what years, it gives the family to prepare.
Yes.
There are some who are in Nairobi, some are in Mombasa, some are in Kisumu.
Yes.
So it gives them time to prepare for that big day of burial. Now for us here in Uganda, somebody has died today, but it's tomorrow.
Yes.
In other words, you can end up even selling property because for us in our culture, we intend to attach a lot of meaning to bidding farewell to our deceased.
Yes.
So there is a lot of hustling, hula baloo, up and down, jumping here and there, you know. So that's why people end up selling their property, like Vivanja, to prepare for a burial.
Yes.
Because you are doing it hurriedly without planning.
Yes.
But if it is to like take a week or 2 weeks, you can plan. There are some siblings, there are some relatives here and there, they can touch here and there, and it becomes modest and a send-off is done, in such a way. Now, this issue, it also depends on how you perceive and, like there are people who really don't care. After all, and I've been telling my people back home, especially the women, it can give you some homework. When you go back to your count families that are headed by single mothers and those that are headed by single fathers whose spouses passed on, you realize that the majority of such homes are led by women.
Yes.
Meaning, we men tend to die more often and early than women. So I've always told my people at home, why is it that when a man has died, the relatives quickly come together to plan for the send-off at the expense of the bereaved family, that is the wife and the children.
Yes.
They start planning to buy meat, rice, drinks, and all that. When there is no money, they touch on the property like kiwanja.
Yes.
I have always asked, are we pleasing the dead or pleasing ourselves? Because the dead...
that's a very big question.
Yes.
Are we pleasing the dead or ourselves?
Because the dead, who does not know what is taking place behind him,
Yes.
does not share even a small crumb, we go about selling his hard-earned property to please ourselves. So I've been telling my women, never go into that business. It is you who is going to suffer.
Yes.
With the children, failing to even medicate them, failing to clothe them, failing to send them to school, because the little that you had has been sold off to please the family members.
Yes.
In drinks, in eats that are just instant. Why do you have to eat and drink and kill yourselves in drinking? Or just a single event when you have got lives to live for years.
Yes.
So it also depends on how somebody is, endowed. If somebody has got lots and lots and lots of money, putting up a house of about 150 million shillings is nothing. But if, say, you are a lone child, you have had an opportunity, you have finished university, you have had an opportunity of landing a job, and possibly a well-paying job.
Yes.
Instead of thinking of wasteful expenditure, because there are some expenditures that do not generate income.
Yes, that is my biggest point.
A family home does not generate income.
A family home does not generate income.
It's not a business unit where possibly you have got rentals, where possibly you have got a facility like a restaurant, like a shop. Building a home that will cost about 150 million shillings plus. Just because you want to please people from Kampala, at various functions, they normally will pass an announcement. Please hurry up the program. The people from Kampala would like to go back.
Yes.
As if they have added value, they are coming to. They tend to, put a lot of hype on that.
Yes,
anyway, the real gist of the matter is, if you have got money, I said this before in another interview.
Yes, yes.
Try to portion your money in portfolios.
Yes.
The first portfolio, the first and foremost, one that you have not to bargain about, is the portfolio of God, who has given you the life and the means to make that money.
The portfolio of God?
Yes.
You want me to send it to give it to pastors?
Look here, it depends on how you perceive.
Okay.
But in my faith,
yes,
we have got what we call tithe.
Yes.
And it is biblical, such that the servants of God can have something to sustain themselves with. That's what we call tithe.
Yes, yes.
Then that's 10%. Then another 10% is for the welfare of the community.
Welfare of the community.
Because we don't live in islands, we live in communities.
Yes.
And I have given an example, like for myself. I feel I have done my part to serve the community through my community projects.
Yes, yes.
Like the schools. There are people who cannot afford whatsoever. They are blessed with the children. And one may say, but why do you have to bear children whom you cannot, look after? But that's another story to tell. But the story is now the child is already there.
He's already there.
Who never applied to be there. But this child is either bright or is a person who loves education. So I've already provided for that. In my arrangement, quietly, I look at families which are unable. I look at families that have lost their breadwinners and bring them on board. So, in your income, prepare to have a percentage to cater for the needs of the society. Because without that society, you never know. You may not be what you are.
That's true as well.
Then another portion, which is by large the biggest portfolio, should go in investment. Yes, about 60 to 70%.
Should go in investment.
Yes.
Now,
so you have had 10% God, 10% community welfare, now like 60 to 70% investment. That is now bring us to around 80%.
Yes.
Now the remaining balance is for you to spend as you wish.
As you wish.
Clothing, medication, transport here and there, some of the expenditures
but we may have a mismatch simply because when you look at the income of most of our people, you realize they are earning little money. For me, my biggest message is going to these maids who are working in the Middle East, because to me, I think there is a very big problem with them. And when I say it that way, actually, they are so angry. They are like, the way you're talking, you know, they think I'm against them. But for me, I'm looking at a very big problem. Most of them are getting 1 million per month, 1.5. The one who is getting much money is getting like 2 million per month. Now, to them, they think that's a lot of money. Now, this person saves their money, and they save for the first time, they can see 10 million. Now they can see 20 million, and they lift this 20 million. They are like, my first thing I have to build for my father. Now for me, I was telling them, you are not the first person to live in that family. If your father failed, they failed. You get the point? If your father failed, they failed. Just accept they failed. If you have failed as well, you have also failed. But if you raise this small money, why invest it in building for your family? Let them live where they are not going to die, and you are building for them a house is not going to improve them a lot. You get the point? I'm not against building for them, but I would advise doing it when you're ready.
Now, you don't have to burn your fingers explaining that. I understood that long time.
Very good.
The problem is according to our own perceptions.
Yes.
But I will quickly take you somewhere else. Like in developed places. Where you find like a family has 1-2 children. Do you know that some children don't live with their parents when they have grown, they have finished the university? They do not stay with their parents. They go and fend for themselves.
That's true.
Do you know that in some developed places, countries, the parents do not look unto the children for their survival?
That is very true.
They will have invested and prepared for their life.
Yes.
And also groomed their children into taking care of themselves. In Uganda, unfortunately, parents believe that I am investing in you so that
you invest back in me.
And we have got a saying in our vernacular.
Yes.
Nguru mekurukura rwonka abana barwo. That is a misconception.
Yes.
The misconception in that there are people who have squandered their wealth because they know somebody else will take care of them.
Oh yes,
that's very wrong.
They are there.
Drinking. That's why these people you are referring to, those who are in the Middle East hustling, that's why they are compared.
Oh.
And I earlier on had an interview and they told you that we are driven by fear.
Hey.
One fear is negative, another fear is positive.
Yes.
The negative fear is very dangerous because the people have that fear to always look around themselves.
Hey.
How am I seen in the community?
Hey. How are they going to look at me?
How am I assessed? That shouldn't be your bother.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Your bother should be how do you live your life?
How do you live your life?
And the satisfaction should always emanate from the way
yes
you carry yourself and how you spend your life. Biggest bother should be, how do you use your resources to live a better life?
Yes.
And to plan your children, not to plan for them. You see, at times we are misled to think that we must plan for our children. The moment you have educated your child, the moment you have empowered your child, the rest you should leave him or her to think for himself, for herself, but not to always drive them. Because when you plan, that's why I have said before, and I put it in vernacular again, that they don't have legs to follow you. It is the way you might have brought up your children to not possibly value themselves and value the property, and when you die, they squander it.
So you are attaching this to a misconception.
Yes.
Like it is something wrong they perceived, or that we perceived as a society, and because of that we make wrong decisions.
Yes.
Because we've had people who have invested heavily, and after 4 years of struggling, they come back, they invested in a house that is not bringing even a shilling, and they are now struggling. They are thinking of going back for more what? More years.
I will give you an example. In the banking world,
Yes.
we have, do you know the strongest bank in Uganda?
It's Stanbic Bank.
Which building does it own in Uganda?
Probably. I think it is even using the government buildings.
No, they rent.
They rent.
They rent.
But okay.
Yeah. So why don't they build?
I don't know really. And I actually used to ask myself that question. Yes.
Now, you find somebody with very little money. All of a sudden, he's thinking of putting up a bungalow.
Yes, yes.
But before you know it, he has failed even to finish it. And his money has dried up.
Yes, yes.
Somebody chooses to rent. Now, rent relatively goes for about how much?
Like in Kampala?
Eh.
It depends on where you live. Others,
Okay,
like
let's
from 200 maybe.
let's put it at 500.
Yes, 500, yeah.
Yes, let's put it at 500. Now, you will use like 6 million shillings
Yes,
a year.
that's true.
Meaning you need 10 years, 60 million.
Yes,
If the prices do not change.
yes,
You need like 120 million for 20 years.
yes.
Aren't you done?
You're done.
But because if you started today, 20 years ahead,
Yes.
aren't you done?
Yes.
Now somebody thinks of building a house of 120. No, a house can't go for 120 only. Okay, let's put it at 150.
Yes, yes.
Where do you get that money from? That's why people start stealing from government.
Oh, yes.
Because they want to please other people. They want to please their parents. They want to please the people around them.
Yes.
They want to please the community.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to live pleasing other people.
Yes.
If you live pleasing other people, you land in problems. I am not saying
Yes,
that
yes.
if you have the means,
Yes.
you shouldn't build.
Yes.
No, you should.
You should. Yeah, you
really.
should.
Yes. But if you are earning, say you are earning $1 million, somebody's hustling in UAE, in where Qatar, you are earning 1 million, 1.5.
Yes.
You have saved 10 million shillings.
Yes.
You start a foundation before you get to the windows, it is finished.
It is finished.
No, what I'm saying, like I said in the other portfolios, the percentages.
Yes, yes.
If you have got your 60% in investments, you are 10% in gold, you are 10% in the community, you are 10% on yourself. In 10 years, that investment of 60 million shillings will enable you to do something bigger.
That's
Because building is a one-time expenditure, static, that does not generate income. If you are spending and putting up rentals, there you are good to go. I would bless you and say, please, that's the way to go.
And for me specifically on rentals as well, I advise these kadamas not to invest in rentals as well. Why? Because they do not have money. You have 20 million, and for you in your head, you think you can build rentals. Because you'll buy a plot maybe of 10 million, like it is.
No, a 10 million plot will mean like 30 kilometers from the city center.
Yes.
Or even plus.
Yes.
Where monthly rent is less than 100,000 shillings.
Yes, it is.
So it doesn't make up anything.
It does not make sense.
What I was saying, why I brought in the issue of rentals, is that if you have to, because you are obsessed with building, if you have to build anyway, instead of building a residential bungalow, you build a rental, even if you are getting 50,000.
Because at least it will bring something.
But I brought in the example of Standard Bank, the biggest bank in the country.
They are renting.
A very big portfolio.
Yes.
They are renting.
So they look at
sort of building.
They look at building as a cost that is going to be huge on them.
Yes.
My God.
So a one-time expenditure on building a residential house, unless you are loaded. I'm not saying that because for me, one would say if somebody goes into this and that, say, but Tumwesigye is who?
Yeah.
He has a bungalow at home.
Yes.
Whatever with tiles.
Yes.
No, but it depends on the means. Yes. It depends. Possibly by the time I built, I had the money.
You had the money.
Yes. But we are talking of little savings today. Don't be harassed by anybody. You are like 1-2 years in employment.
Yes.
Pressure is already mounting.
Hey.
But the parents is already everything to educate him. Now why hasn't he built for them? They are sending you to steal. You will be caught. And your property will be mortgaged. Like I will not mention names. But the other day I was reading in the press that the IGG is selling off some property of some other person who was working in OPM. Why do you go to that level? Live within your means. Let the parents relieve you of that pressure. Parents, please, whoever is listening to this, and you can appreciate it.
Actually, when I was entering Parliament, when I was entering the security officers, all of them were like, wow, we saw your video. What you said is very, very right. You know? But somehow, somewhere, it is hard for people to understand. And that is, there is someone who wrote in the comments, they said, for me, I finished building for them, and I am happy.
Well, I'm saying,
if you have the means.
If you have the means.
And
if you have not stolen any government funds.
And
you have the means anyway.
Yeah,
everybody is endowed differently. Please go ahead and build for your parents. Go ahead and build a very good bungalow for yourself. Go ahead and spend the way you wish. But if you are as people say, mufunampora, the best thing is to do, the best thing to do now, and start with investment. For example, why don't you invest instead of spending 100+ million shillings in building a house for your parents? Why don't you, because relatively 100 million shillings can get you around 20 acres plus. First, get land.
Invest, get land,
Buy land. On that land, plant there, especially this tree, tree-bearing fruits like coffee, like avocado, like dragon fruit, like cocoa. You know, in 3-4 years time, 5 years maximum, you'll get enough money to build for your parents.
That's true.
Other than wasting that money into an investment that will not yield anything. You'd rather invest in something that is viable.
Now, another challenge that I've seen, Honorable, is many people who have this knowledge are not sharing it. You get the point? There are many people who have this knowledge, but they are not sharing it. Why?
Well, it also depends on how.
Because
knowledge, that's why people write books. They don't write books for money, that they get money out of selling the books. They already possibly have their money anyway. But they write so that people can read this knowledge and this knowledge becomes beneficial to them. Sharing knowledge, like if you post on your TikTok account, you might even get money, which is okay. But it's also a service to the community.
A service,
When you get this piece of information and it benefits you in making the right choices, then I'm satisfied. That's my satisfaction as a teacher.
That's true.
As a teacher, my satisfaction is not in getting money. Do you know that I've never taught I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts with Education, English in literature, literature in English, whatever you call it, and I have a master's in planning, but I've never taught. I once in a while to go to my classrooms at Kingsway, talk to my children, but much of that is just like
to inspire them, guide them,
motivational speaking and all that. But my satisfaction, my first satisfaction is that when I offered that service, somebody is going to even be better than me.
That's true. That's true.
So when somebody lands on this and picks something that will help him or her,
yes,
and is helped or she's helped, I feel good.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Honorable. It's surely been very insightful, and I'm delighted. I hope you have learned something from this, and I'll ask you to share this video with others. By sharing, you are also helping someone, because looking at the bigger picture, we have to help each other. We have to help each other, and that's when we can have a better community. For me, these issues that I'm sharing with, I've been sharing also about schools. I'm telling you, like there's a lot of ignorance in our society. But when you use the word ignorance, some people feel offended. But for me, I'm okay. Someone invests a lot of money in a school, and they fail to get the right management to push the school, and you find the school is down. I have visited some schools. You find the school has a capacity of like maybe 1,000 children, but you find they're struggling with 200. And you find the director has been investing in this school for years and years and years. They can't sell the school because they are now a public figure. Everyone knows them. It somehow feels bad. They also did it to help the community. So you find someone is like, a school reaches to be like, on his throat. But I'm telling them, the issue is just marketing. You get the point. Instead of marketing, showing buildings, show the value that you're giving to society. Tell them, for us, our identity is this. We believe if you bring a child to our school, we'll do this, and this child will get this. Have that clarity and communicate it effectively. So, I'll ask you as well, Honorable, keep pushing, keep sharing this content, especially on TikTok for our young people. Your TikTok is moving well, and we are going to get more out of these contents. The big chunk of it will go on your account, and we are asking you to always invest in making sure that you are spreading this message, because I believe that it's one of the way on how we can unlock our people and help them.
Possibly before we sign off, some of these legendary stories are, for purposes of learning in schools.
Yes.
But when you look at them and you generate some information out of them,
yes,
they are good to appreciate.
Yes.
There's a legend in our Western culture about the three brothers. One is Kakama, another one is Kahuma, another one is Kairu.
Yes.
I think something related to that.
Yes.
You have heard of that story?
I've heard of the story.
Yes,
but
yes,
when I was in primary 3, 4, around there.
Yes, exactly. Now these legends have a lot to tell to educate our people. We are not endowed equally. There are people who do not appreciate their position in society, and they tend to mess up themselves by trying to
they need external validation.
No. They tend to overrate themselves.
Oh yeah.
And that's also dangerous. It's a very big danger if you overrate yourself. It would be better for other people to overrate you, but not you. Now, in society, everybody is useful.
That's true.
Even Kakama wouldn't have excelled without the support of Kahuma.
That's true.
Because the legend says that Kahuma was the one keeping his cows. Now, assuming you have got cows and nobody is there to keep them for you, they would die.
They would definitely die.
Kairu was there to till the land and feed even the Kahuma and the Kakama.
Yes, yes.
So everybody
contributes.
You have got a lot that you can contribute for the well-being of society. But of course, society begins with you. So I have this to say. Let everybody get involved in doing something. I put this in vernacular as well. Let everybody be involved in doing something for yourself and for the society you live in.
Yes.
It's very dangerous, and I've always told my people. You see, for us, the politicians sometimes are limited in telling people the truth.
Oh, yes.
Because when you tell people the truth, they hate you for your truth. Yes, they even tell you off. Yeah.
Well, this is true,
okay. Okay, we shall see you.
We shall see you in the box.
Yeah, in the box. So we are so much limited.
Yes, yes.
For me, I'm a Christian, and I believe that God blesses people.
That's true.
But God does not bless you out of a vacuum. God blesses the works of your hands. Even if you prayed from evening to morning, from morning to evening, from January to December, every day, the God that I know will never bless you because you have prayed a lot.
That's true.
Pray, work.
Pray, work.
Tell God, I'm now going. I've prayed.
But now I'm going.
And I prayed as if I am nothing. I prayed knowing that you are everything for me. Now I'm going to work.
Yes.
I'm going to work as if you are not there. I'm going to put in all my all. But after that, bless what I've worked, what I've done. And God will be so much pleased to do that.
That's true.
I am now making a call, a clarion call, that let everybody be engaged in anything that your hands can be laid on.
Yes.
And do it diligently. Do it perfectly, without any reservation.
Yes.
God will surely bless you.
That's true.
This method of, I don't want to call it begging, but being expectant. Somebody should be busy working there.
Then for you should just be there. You will receive.
You receive. And as Christians, very good Christians, by the way, we have, may God bless you.
May God bless you.
Now, God dearly blesses the hands that gives.
Yes.
More than the hand that receives.
That's true.
That is biblical. Now, assuming you started by saying God bless you today, tomorrow you go to another person, God bless you. At the end of the month, you have given how many blessings?
So many.
And what are you remaining with?
Nothing, almost.
So for you, you are out to bless others, not knowing that you are employing yourself and loading some other person.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let us work very hard so that we also have something to give to community, so that the community can bless us.
That's true.
We have a saying in our vernacular, mpani nkuha nizongo nzitafwa. Ompe nkuhe nirwo rukundo rutakarugaho.
Yeah.
So let me bless you as you bless me. But when you expect to be blessed, I mean to be blessing others all the time, you have no life in this world.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Honorable. It's surely been very insightful, and I'm delighted. I hope you have learned something from this, and I'll ask you to share this video with others. By sharing, you are also helping someone, because looking at the bigger picture, we have to help each other. We have to help each other, and that's when we can have a better community.